whatever your problem is, you have got to drive the car you're in.
You're lecturing me. Get lost.
This is a new look into the F1 23 story mode, Breaking Point 2. And in this deep dive as well, we got confirmation that Pastor Maldonado and Kamui Kobayashi are indeed going to be two of the My Team icons available in the career mode, along with the story characters and what we believe is going to be Nigel Mansell and also Jamie Chadwick. Got some new cutscenes and gameplay to show you guys today, and some details of actually some, differences of how you're going to be playing this story mode compared to last. The decisions you make in some of these races, the positions you get, how you do, will actually alter the story, and you might get a different outcome to someone else who, had a different result. But off the bat, can I just say how good this mode is looking? Like the cutscenes, the graphics of everything, it just looks insane. It's a big step up from what we got 2 years ago with Breaking Point 1. Obviously, the tech's come along, and, even obviously F1 23 itself looks a lot better than F1 2021 did. So when you're playing through the different, missions, I guess you could say, or chapters, and the different races, etc., it's going to look better as well compared to what we had with the last story mode we played.
The thrilling story mode returns with a fresh chapter, featuring new faces, new rivalries, and more drama.
Are you joking?
Breaking Point 2 spans the 2022 and 2023 F1 seasons and focuses on a new fictional team, Connor Sport. Connor Sport's drivers are old rivals, Aidan Jackson and Devon Butler. But their seats may not be safe for long, with new prospect Callie Mayer dominating the Formula 2 season.
We've got new characters introduced to this year's story mode as well, and it looks like, I hope as well, on top of that, it's going to be shown out a lot more in cutscenes where we can see these new characters. If you remember back to Breaking Point 1, there was a lot of dialogue that was done over a phone, which kind of felt a bit disconnected. It was a shame that all those conversations couldn't be their own cutscenes to build out the story, feel a bit immersed, whereas I get the feeling that we're going to get a lot more of them in this year's story mode to kind of tie everything together, especially with how good everything looks. But then, like I said, after every kind of chapter, mission, race, if you will, that you do, you're going to get a performance and reputation level booster, and that's going to affect how you sit in this, alternate F1 world of Breaking Point, and that will actually steer the direction of where the story takes you.
As you move through the story, your performance and reputation will change based on your actions on and off the track. You will earn rewards for completing the mode with a certain amount of performance and reputation. Your press responses and management decisions can trigger different bonus objectives, and completing or failing those objectives can affect how a certain storyline plays out.
As it says here in this deep dive article, depending on the decisions you make when developing your car and team alongside the responses you give to the press, you may unlock bonus objectives. So you have reputation and performance levels, and completing Breaking Point with higher performance and reputation will earn you more rewards. Whether, it's on or off track stuff that you do, so what you say to the press. But then also, it looks like developing the car and the team is part of the story mode. So there's going to be like My Team, career mode mechanics in the story mode to play around with. In Breaking Point 1, all you did was you got given the car you were given and you had to do the objective, whereas now you can develop the car and that decision may unlock further bonus objectives that other people won't get because they've not upgraded the car in a certain way, or they said something in the press, etc. Whether you complete or fail these objectives will have a lasting impact on how the storyline plays out. So the storyline will be affected by these bonus objectives, other objectives, have a lasting impact. So I kind of hope that means maybe potentially there are like we see in other games, maybe 3 different endings or 2 different endings you can get based off the path you took through the story mode.
Progress in Breaking Point 2 still earns you Podium Pass XP, and as a pre-order bonus, some of the Breaking Point characters are available as driver icons in My Team. Play the mode from launch to help Callie and Connor Sport make history by battling the big names in Formula 1.
And just overall, I can't reiterate how just good this looks. It literally looks like when we play it through, it's going to be almost like you're kind of playing and watching through a Drive to Survive kind of movie, basically. But then also, you know, obviously you get to decide everything. You're actually going to do some racing, and I'm hoping that they've maybe learnt from Breaking Point 1 in terms of, one, the difficulty level, in terms of the AI, how strong they are, and like I said, in terms of the actual story itself. I mean, there's already a bit more depth to it in terms of having 3 kind of main characters to juggle around, but having a different dynamic. You know, we already did the old versus new age of Formula 1. Now you've got Aiden Jackson established with Devin Butler, and it's more of a family thing, which is even more tetchy when Devin Butler's sister comes into the fray. And to be fair, really nice to see Jamie Chadwick on board with the development of the story. That's really a nice touch, and I'm sure we'll get a bit more realism into the story in terms of how it feels to be a woman making it into Formula 1, or making it into these, you know, Formula categories, winning F2, etc., and getting into that. So that's going to be quite a nice aspect of the story. But I think that I'm kind of more looking forward to the drama that there's going to be there with Devin Butler, maybe having to decide, you know what happens, or, you know, who's going to step aside. Is it going to be him? Is it going to be Aiden for his sister coming through into F1?
Why are you hesitating?
Kelly Mayer is the F2 champion!
Everyone thought Aiden was going to be signed by one of the big 3.
Something has gone very wrong here.
Every season, you want to step up. There's always something to improve.
Something's not right.
Okay, box.
Are you taking?
That's it, go.
And we also have returning characters like Casper Ackerman, of course, that are going to be knocking about, these new characters. And yeah, just, you know, compared to last year where we didn't really know at all what the story was going to be like and how it would feel. Now we kind of know from F1 2021 how this will kind of play out. You know, there'll be cutscenes, chapters where it describes what's happening, and then you get into the race. And, you know, for one, you know, you might not be inclined to the story mode. Maybe you think it doesn't, you know, need to be an F1 game. But to be fair, I really enjoyed the first one. It's just a nice breather and refreshing take on playing an F1 game. And, you know, you guys know me with my team career mode. I love to build my own story in those series, so it's great just to be able to play through a story that's already kind of, you know, conceived for us, and we get to experience it like you're playing out a movie, basically. So that sums up the kind of, you know, smaller look at the Breaking Point part of the deep dive today. Obviously, to be fair, there's not a lot to go on apart from just seeing the gameplay and the visuals, because to be fair, it's a story mode. They don't want to give too much away, but there's enough there for us to really understand, okay, where we're coming into this story, where it's going to take us, and cool to see those details about the storyline actually being affected by how you play. So I really hope that there's going to be different kind of areas of the story you can explore where other people might not get it because you didn't do the same thing in the races, or you said something in the press. That'd be really cool. But yeah, guys, if you have enjoyed this little look into it and my opinions on it, then be sure to hit that like button. Let me know what you make of it in the comments below. Did you enjoy Breaking Point 1? And if you did, are you looking forward to this one? And vice versa. If you didn't really grow to play the story mode much on F1 2021, or, you know, didn't like it, does this one look more appealing? Does it look better visually to you, at least to maybe, you know, maybe have a chance? Then let me know in the comments. Just curious to see really how people are feeling about it. If you are new around here, do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content. I'll catch you guys around. Goodbye.